Financial Crossroads radio program, hosted by your guides at Eric Scott Financial, helping you navigate the road to financial success through 5 crossroads: budget and debt planning, retirement income analysis, risk management, tax reduction, and legacy preparation. So buckle up and grab your roadmap. It's time for another episode of Financial Crossroads.
Good morning. This is Eric Scott and my co-host Katie Prosser with Eric Scott Financial. And on the Financial Crossroads, we have a show that you do not want to miss. So one of the key things we want you to understand is that we understand people are worried, that you're concerned, that a lot is going on. And we have a proprietary system that will give you the ability to sleep at night, stop worrying, and it's dealing with the 5 crossroads in the financial house that we build in there. So the thing we're hearing from many people is markets. What should I do today? What's happening? We want to talk about this proprietary system and have you understand that you have the ability, if you choose, to also we do things virtual. We've been doing it for a long time, so you don't have to come into the office, but you can ask us questions, you can see things on the computer, and we're going to walk through this system today to put your mind at ease with all that's going on.
And you know what's really interesting is that with everything going on, it seems like the loudest headlines, just as much as, the virus that's going around is the markets.
Yes.
What's happening with the markets. And everyone that I have talked to lately, we're in this industry. You guys your office must be going crazy. You must be getting calls left and right. But the thing is that we're really not.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. With using our system, the 5 crossroads system that you mentioned, it's really set people up to the point where they don't need to worry as much with these, crazy headlines and major market changes and things like that. So it's been really interesting to see. So
it has been, and it just shows that this proprietary system works. So we want to talk about 3 phases in this system, and in this phase, we're going to be dealing with the retirement income crossroad and the risk management crossroad. In the first phase, dealing with it is building a financial house, which is really building your foundation. And basically, the foundation is the strength of a home. So if you were to look at a tornado or hurricane or something big happen, lots of times you'll see the roof gone, but you'll see sometimes that wall standing, but you'll always see the foundation. And that foundation is really designed to give you income you can't outlive no matter what is happening in the economy, the markets, the interest rate environments, which guess what? They're all being affected right now. But because of how we build that foundation, the people will have income, all of our clients, that they will not outlive. So if you're close to retirement, if you're in retirement, and you're concerned, you're losing sleep, we have in that foundation with the financial house where people are having income that comes in like clockwork. And that's one of the reasons we're not getting a call, because their income is not being changed, and they know it's not going to be changed the rest of their life if they live 5 years, 10, 20, 30, or 40 years. And it doesn't matter how many recessions or corrections there are. They've got that income, and that's the foundation. That's a part of it. It's not all of it, but that's the main part, is income that you can't outlive, and there's ways to do that.
And that, income is now more than ever, it's people's biggest concern.
It is.
And really, if you have that set up where things like this, everything that's going on, it can't affect your income, that's huge. That just provides people that peace of mind. And, if that is a concern to you, and I know it's a concern for everyone, give our office a call. We're at 435-773-9444. Really, we love doing this for people because it does provide them with that peace of mind. That's
it
huge.
is, and by able to do virtual meetings, we don't have to have people come in. We can do the exact same thing as if we're looking eyeball to eyeball with each other.
Right.
And so that is so important.
Just
that
from
we've
a
been
social
doing it.
distance.
Yeah, we want to keep that social distance, the 6 feet or more. So I like to say 10 feet, but but it is something that gives you that ability. So if you're concerned about income, if you're concerned, is my foundation built right, again, give us a call at 435-773-9444. Be glad to talk to you and answer any questions you have and put you in the position to have income, if your program's set up right, that you cannot outlive. The second phase is dealing with what we call the the walls, and we call it principal protection, or making sure our money is safe and that we won't lose anything due to the markets. Now, it doesn't mean we'll make anything in this type of environment, but it means we're not going to lose our principal or our previous year's earnings.
Which
now,
that makes a huge difference for people. And I know, most people right now would be okay with earning zero, but not losing anything. Versus the, you know what I mean? The
what else is
alternative.
happening? Yeah,
exactly.
I call zeros your hero in times
yes.
like today. And when you look at interest rates, basically at zero now,
right.
Zero's your hero. And so with the walls, it puts you in that position not to go backwards. And understanding those walls become very important. And we're going to break these down even more. But the third one is called risk, which we call the rooftop. But there's two things to do with risk. One is risk that just says, it's going wild. It goes up, it goes down 1,000 points, up 1,000 points, and all of a sudden I'm losing money. Well, what we believe in with the rooftop is called controlled risk, and we want to go through that as well. So you don't want to miss anything as we talk about income, principal protection, and risk, or what we call controlled risk. And so that is how we use our proprietary system that you can only get here in St. George, or who we work with, the hundreds of clients that we have. What we're doing, you cannot get the way it's set up anywhere else in this country. So let's talk about the market, the effect it's having on your income. Your future income can be affected if we're not careful, and to put you in the position that things will be good. So we know as of last night, the market opened up positive. Thank goodness, we need a positive day. But as of last night, the market was down year to date over 32%. Okay? That means you need about 45% to recover being down
just
32%.
To break even.
Just to break even.
Just to get back to, yeah. And I mean, what if it keeps going down? What kind of effect will that have on your retirement? That is the big question. Has the market affected your current income and future income already? That's the question that you need to ask yourself. And again, what if it keeps going down? This is literally the fastest market decline. It has surpassed the Great Depression at this point.
As far as the speed of the decline,
exactly.
It is faster
yes.
than what the Great Depression was doing. Now, I'm not saying that to be negative, okay? What we're doing is we're sharing facts with you. But when you understand the facts and you understand our proprietary system with the 5 crossroads, all of a sudden you put yourself in a better position. We also know 3 times in 5 days last week, the market opened up 7% or higher down.
Yeah, just straight opened 7% less.
And you're going, oh my goodness, what just happened? So when was the last time that you did a review of your income, of your investments, and what you should look at, what you should do to build your financial house so that you have the right amount of money dealing with income in the foundation you can't outlive, principal protected so it's safe. You may not earn anything, zero's your hero, but with the walls, and then risk controlled on the rooftop. And so it's important you recognize what can you do. Should you be reviewing your income? Should you be reviewing what could happen in the future? What should you be looking at? In income, we talk about basic needs versus lifestyle needs. And basic needs is basically saying, how do I cover my basics like, my utilities, my food, my mortgage if you have one.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Basic needs.
That doesn't mean you go out and eat every night. That's not a basic need. That's a lifestyle need.
Count, yes.
And any way you can, unless you go through the drive-thru or have it delivered right now.
Right, curbside.
Craziest thing I've ever seen in my lifetime. But understand your basic needs. And so when we build that income plan, we build that those basic needs are there that you can't outlive. If you want to understand the basic needs of the income plan, the lifestyle needs, what should you be doing so that 10, 20, 30, 40 years down the road, those monies are coming in and not have to worry about this environment. Because really, we generally have a correction every 7 years. I think people fell asleep, Katie, because we went 12 years, and even for the last couple, well, I'm worried about it, but I don't have to worry a lot because things are so good.
Yeah, things are good.
And guess what? Boom, it happened.
And it's
now
not
people
even
are worried.
something that anyone could have predicted.
That's correct.
It was just something that came out of nowhere and just smacked everyone in the face.
Yep.
And things like this happen.
Yep.
They do. And if you're wondering if, you should be looking at this right now, or if this is something you should be worrying about, now is the time. Now is the time to do it. Now is the time to get that second opinion, or to actually sit down and really look at the 5 Crossroads system, because it works. And these times show that it really does work.
You know, that's the amazing thing is we we're in touch with our clients. We care. We love them. And we want to make sure that to remind them they're okay.
Yeah.
But again, we're not getting a lot of calls. But when we talk to them, just to do follow-up and let them know, remember the system, you're okay. You know, you're going forward. You don't have to make any adjustments. I mean, it's working. And one of the things we're hearing is, they're saying, you know what, I knew I was okay, I felt comfortable, I'm glad we're where we are, but now I understand why the system, the 5 Crossroads, and how the financial house is built. I can see it. I feel better than I've ever felt. I felt good, but now I don't even worry about it. And I didn't really worry a lot, but, you know, it works. And that becomes so important.
It really does, because like you said, the last 12 years, things have been great. So people haven't really worried. They haven't really thought about it until now. And it's just been the neatest thing to see it really work for our clients in times like these. They are okay.
It has, and it's been very interesting as we've gone through things and built many, you know, financial houses through the 5 Crossroads approach. People have started putting, as they put all that together with us, they say, you know, I feel really good. And some people have said, I didn't really feel I needed a change right now because it's so good. But now they're saying, boy, am I really glad I made those changes.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm in a much better position. And so that does play a huge part. So under income is your basic needs and lifestyle. Principal protection is safe money. And really what that means is you can get a fixed interest. So you may go to the bank and get 0.5%, 1%. You can go to fixed annuities and get 3%, 2%. And it's going to give you an interest rate. And it's going to give you an interest rate for a period of time. Maybe it's 3 years or 5 years. And it's kind of like you have a CD. Maybe it's 1 to 2% or 3 for 3 years or 5 years. Fixed annuities are basically the same thing, but they're with insurance companies. 2-3% for 3 years, 5 years. But that interest rate is there for you, and you're not going to go backwards. And you're locking an interest rate in for a short period of time. When you look at that, that gives people peace of mind that I can do that. And now people are starting to talk about, wow, 2 to 3% is looking pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah.
You know, over a period of time. And they're saying, at least I'm getting something and my money's not going backwards, which I cannot afford. We also do what's called index interest under principal protection, the walls. It just simply means we're following the indexes. And when the indexes go up, and there's hundreds of them, and you look at which one does best for me based on what I want to accomplish. And so when they go up, you're going to participate, and you're going to get maybe 40, 50, 60% of the upside.
And remember that these indexes will go up.
Yes.
If you all can remember that indexes sometimes are positive.
Yes, they are.
You haven't forgotten yet.
Yeah, but when they go down, again, you will not receive any losses. So when you're building your financial house, if you take care of that foundation and then you look at that wall where you can't lose, but you can go up, and you have a mixture of low interest rate environment, but at least making 2 to 3 and making, you know, 0 versus losses, all of a sudden you started building that strong house as we're going down those crossroads.
Yeah. And, you know, a lot of people, it's been interesting again to see when times are good, when times are running. People, they like a higher percentage in the roof, but then they see that they've got this backup, and people have moved a lot more to these type of accounts because of things that they've seen, and realize that, you know, bad times can and do happen, even though it's been so long since we've really seen situations like this. So.
And so put yourself in a position, if you have your income taken care of, your foundation, your walls taken care of, principal protection, safe, and you're not going backwards, and how wonderful would that be? Let's talk about risk. And there's 2 different types of risk. Risk is where what happens goes up, and goes down. But then you have what's called controlled risk. And we use what's called risk assist under controlled risk. So let me give you some examples of what's happening in the market and what we're seeing with our controlled risk. So we know that when you look at, as of the market was down about 16% since year to date through the 13th of March, okay? And that's not great, but that's not terrible, okay, when you think of what's happening. But since the 13th of March through last night, the market was down over 31%. It lost over 17% since a week ago Monday through last night. So it lost more in 8 days, which is really 6 days in the market, than it lost from the January 1st to March 13th. That's how fast this is happening. As we said in our opening, that the market was down 3 times last week by more than 7%, and it opened up that way. So when you're looking at being down over 17% in the last 6 days of the market, this is what's really interesting. On February 28th, when we talk about controlled risk, our managers started to go to cash February 28th. On March 13th, our managers were 90 to 100% in cash. So in this last week, 6 days in the market, where it was down over 17%, our managers, because they were 90 to 100%, and they have treasuries, they have money markets, so treasuries are a little volatile, our clients were down anywhere from 0 to 1% in the last 6 days because they were 90 to 100% in cash.
Instead of that large 17%. Right. Yeah. And can you imagine what that can do for you? Having that risk assist and having that ability and having people watching for you and taking care of it for you. And they know what they're doing. They know what they're looking for. Not always spot on, but pretty darn good, hey, if you ask me.
I will take being down 0 to 1% or so in the last 6 days than what actually happened in the market. Now, that's our rooftop, so that's our risk. We know there's going to be risk there, and we know it's going to be down, but we know that the managers are controlling that risk. So when you're building this house and you're building this proprietary system, we built in the roof will never suffer the losses of the market. It may suffer, up to 40, 50% of a huge down, but they're controlling it so it reaches a point they're saying enough is enough, we're getting out, and they will do it over time. So they did it 6 times since the 28th of February. They kept going to cash, more and more. So by the 13th, they were 90 to 100% in cash.
And that's huge. That's huge. Just imagine what that could do for you. Just take a second and think about where you're at right now and what that could do for you. Because that's huge. That's life-changing for a lot of people. Because things like this, not just, the virus and the craziness, but the market has really, really affected and changed a lot of people's lives, just as much as everything else that's going on. And that's crazy. And that's not something we want to see for people, really. And we've been talking about this for years, making sure that your financial house is properly set up so that you are protected in times like this. That's why we do what we do, and we love doing it. We love, helping people protect themselves and providing that for them.
So as you look at everything that we've been talking about today, if you'll just take a second and think, where am I today? What is happening currently? If I don't relook at things, where am I going to be tomorrow if this thing takes off? Now, we know we're having a good day so far, but this thing is not over yet. So how is your financial house built? What are you doing with the 5 crossroads of financial planning? What is happening in your life that can change and give you more of a peace of mind dealing with income I can't outlive, principal protection, which is the walls, risk control environment where we're in the market. It does swings. We're in the market to make money. We know there's going to be some losses at time, but we're controlling that loss, so it's a lot less than what's happening in the market. If you are concerned about any of those things, if you're losing sleep at night, if you're worried, and you're worried about what is this going to do to my retirement over the next 5, 10, 15 years, is it going to change my lifestyle? Give our office a call at 435-773-9444, and we will be glad to talk to you on the phone. No one's coming in, okay? because nobody wants to get sick, but we also do virtual meetings by the computer. We've been doing it for years with our clients outside of St. George, and we'll sit down and listen to you and your concerns and see what we can do to make sure you're going to be okay. Like our clients have felt such peace in these times because they're just not feeling what's going on financially. That is a great, great thing. So give us a call at 435-773-9444, or you can even email us at info@ericscottfinancial.com, and we'll give you a call. Email us with a question, whatever you're concerned about. We're here for you, and we want to make sure you're in a position that you're not going to suffer now or through retirement.
Right. We're all in this together. You know, you hear it a lot that everything is really crazy right now, but your financial life doesn't have to be crazy. That part, we can offer that peace of mind for you. And if we can help in just, the smallest way, helping people that way, then that's what we're here for. Again, it's why we do what we do. So we've got all the resources to continue to do business the same way, but a safe distance
virtually
away.
Yeah.
So again, we are still doing what we're doing now more than ever. So our office is 435-773-9444.
Yeah, I want to just bring up one thing also. We've been doing a lot of this in the last week or two where people over 59 and a half, and they said, I'm just going to wait to do anything with my 401k. I'm not going to do anything. And you know what? I like your system. You have some of my money. We're put it together. But my 401 staying at work. And it's been dropping quite a bit for a lot of people.
Become a 201k.
Yeah, it's a 201k, 301k. And so the key that we're pointing out is, and people are starting to do this more than ever, we've done a lot helping people the last week or so, is dealing with, if you're 59 and a half, you can do what's called an in-service rollover. And you can start getting it into the walls, which is principal protection, into the rooftops if you still want to be in the market, and you can get it in there and have risk control. So when this market comes back, you're coming back with it, but you're not continuing to go down if that takes place. And so if you're 59 and a half and you have a 401k and you're worried about that 401k, you can do in-service rollovers to IRAs and start taking control on the risk side with our system. And many people are doing that now. We're seeing that because they're saying, okay, I should have done it like you said before. I'm 2 years away from retirement. I've been hit. I don't want to go down anymore, but I want to make sure that I'm going up. And so when you think of the risk control, we're already 90 to 100% in cash. When they do go back in, you're going back in from where you are today, not if there's any more drops in the market. So again, if you have that situation, call us at 435-773-9444 or info@ericscottfinancial.com, and we'll be glad to answer any questions you have. So we wish you the best. Recognize there are things you could do. Our proprietary system will help you, and we're here for you, and we love helping people. We care about everybody, and that's why we do this radio show, is so that it gives you the ability to make changes in your life and have where you feel a lot more peace.
All right. I hope everyone has a wonderful day today, and good luck out there.